Okay, we're in the Utrera Canyon in Manilva, just off the Costa del Sol, and there's a couple of Bonelli's eagles, a pair of Bonellis, which have been nesting here for many years. And for the last 3 years I've been filming and observing them as they breed and rear their chick, or chicks as the case has been some years. So today, very beginning of March, on this beautiful spring day, as you can see, it's not bad, huh? We're going to go and see which nest they've refurbished. Fingers crossed, I hope they've used the old nest, which allows me to film directly into the nest from the opposite side of the canyon where they're nesting. If they're using the second nest, or site B as I call it, unfortunately it doesn't offer up such good filming opportunities, but until we get up there and have a look, we won't know. I'll be here on and off. Normally the chicks hatch around mid to late April, and then they're in the nest for about 50-55 days before they fledge. So let's go find out. I actually don't believe it. I've just climbed about 10 meters or less up the canyon wall on the opposite side of where the nest is. I'm still about 100 meters away, and just as I literally took my first few steps, one of the eagles flew through the canyon and straight over my head. It didn't see me. I'm completely covered in by carob trees, as you can see above me, the goat's favourite. Wow, so if it's flown this far down the valley, then there's an extremely good possibility that it's using the old nest, which would be superb news for me. Absolutely brilliant, because it really allows me, with a long telephoto lens, to get superb close-up footage of them in the nest when the adults bring food back for the chick, or hopefully chicks. So, well, that's good news. I'm going to climb up to the filming position and have a look into the nest and see if the female is either or male are bringing things back to refurbish it still, or if they're actually incubating. Because the thing is, at this time of the year, when it's this warm, sometimes they breed early, and the summers and spring has been coming to Andalusia a lot earlier, probably due to climate change, like everything else. So. We're going to take the binoculars out. It's a long way down. Chicks in the nest. Wow, that's the first time I've ever seen them raise 2 chicks, so maybe the older they get, the more experience they get, but I'm absolutely positive I can make out 2 heads. They're still very small, and one's looking up out of the nest, the other one seems to be head down and buried, but it's definitely 2 chicks, so that's really good news. Okay, basically we're finished. We've marked the trail. What I've done is I've used these straws just either taped or slotted into gaps in the rock, and I've just put them all the way up through this. It's a real minefield. It took me a lot longer than I thought, but the eagles are back in the nest, the chicks are fine, and a couple of days time we'll come back and we'll start filming, and it will be a hell of a lot easier to find our way to our filming location on Thursday than it was today. And that is the end of that. We got the tripod set up. It's not as easy as I thought. It's a bit cramped because the lens is so long. I've got to get behind it to actually look through the viewfinder and stuff. So it's going to be a bit of a squeeze. It's going to be a lot more uncomfortable than I thought originally, but that's wildlife filming now. Okay. I'm hoping the adults, I'm not hoping, I'm praying the adults disappear or stay out for another half an hour till I get settled. So, yeah. We're in position. We're going to drape it with camouflage and straight down there on that rock face are the two young Bonelli's eagles chicks. And the good news is the adults are still away somewhere, so let's get under cover and keep quiet for the next few hours. As you can probably, well, what you can gather from that wide angle lens, it's pretty cramped in here, so it's going to be, I'm going to have to do a bit of what you might say home organising here, because if I'm going to be spending God knows how many weeks in this place over the spring and summer watching these chicks grow, then we're going to have to get some more camouflage, because the two pieces that I have are definitely not enough to cover the tripod, the entrance at the front and the piece behind me, because I want to be completely sealed in, and that means I can move around a bit more freely. But with this wind, I should have brought some clamps with me, I didn't think. So yeah, we're just going to have to wing it today, and then tomorrow morning when I come up I'll have to bring a few bits and pieces and try and tidy it up a bit. It'll be comfortable if I bring up a cushion and not much room to swing a cat in here. In fact, there's no room to swing a mouse in here, but we'll have to make do. Today's menu is strong German bread, avocados off my own tree, and something vegan. Let's just call it that.
about 3 o'clock in the afternoon and there's absolutely zero going on, unfortunately. It's extremely boring. The adult left the nest about an hour ago and the chicks are fast asleep. And there's no sign of any of them anywhere, so I'm just sitting here getting fried by the sun. I'm trying to cower into this crack here just behind this boulder to get some shade, but there's so much light being reflected off of this, I can feel my face glowing, and all I can think about is a slice of pizza and a glass of red wine. I've run out of food. I've got water but I've got no food left, and it's only around, it's just around the 3 o'clock mark. I've probably got another 4 or 5 hours yet, and I sincerely hope something happens soon. Well, we're finally down from the filming location up by the Bonelli's nest after 13 hours, nearly 14 hours, and unfortunately it was not anything like as good as yesterday with the vultures. So now it's time for a big glass of wine and a pizza or something, because I'm exhausted. I'm super hungry. I ran out of food and water a few hours ago. It's boiling up there today. Okay, we're on our way up the trail up to the nest, and it's really sad that I haven't been able to get here for the last 10-12 days because of work commitments. I was really hoping to get here last week because I know that the chicks they're almost fully grown. Most of their white plumage is gone, their baby feathers or down. And the last time I saw them, they're growing rapidly. They look great, and I know that there's going to be another 12-14 days, and I think they'll fledge. And I'm only going to get maybe max 2, possibly 3 at most filming days left. Not as many as I'd have liked this breeding season, but I'm afraid work commitments have kept me away from here. It's such a beautiful valley to come and film in. It's mostly, you get the odd climber in here and the odd tourist walking the trail. But apart from that, it's very peaceful, especially this time of the day. It's very nice.
Come on, let's have one little dance just before I leave. Come on. You look like you're going to do it, don't you?